Okay, what's this? Hi, I am Pejay Bradley. I was born and grew up in Seoul, Korea. I came to this country maybe half century ago, but I've been trying very hard to accustom to get used to this country's language, first of all, culture, and the history, all that stuff. And I went to anyway with that difficulty on my back. I went to law school and was admitted to the Florida bar. But now I'm retired from the active practice of law, even moved to San Francisco area. So I'm in San Francisco now. I got my time on hand. So I wanted to write a book. I did. I wrote a book, The Vanished, my first and only book so far. And I really want to people read it. I'm here.
That's a really nice story.
Thank
So,
you.
what inspired you to pursue writing, especially since you already have an established career in law, like you mentioned?
Well, I am one of those people who say, I have a story to tell. I do have stories to tell and to write. It's my desire to speak out what's in my mind. So I took up a pen and then started writing or keyboard.
Yeah, so can you describe why you wanted to pursue historical fiction as a genre, and why did you select the era and the location that you did for The Vanished?
Okay, first of all, I do have a lot of stories, but the reason I picked that this historical genre is it's more or less straightforward the story instead of my personal love story life. I thought that was a little embarrassing. So I took up a historical background. And then the reason I picked that moment is the beginning of the 20th century. That's in Korea, that's the most critical moment, very defining era. We were at the juncture whether we, as Koreans, being disappeared on the face of Earth, or we're going to persevere. I do believe that was a very critical era. So I picked that time because we Koreans lived at like a hermit life. We knew no outsiders except China and Japan. We didn't know there's a huge world, European world, American world. And in Japan they already accepted the European system a long time ago. They became much stronger than us. They could easily invade us and then engulf Korean culture, history, everything. At that moment, we were about to lose our identity, our nationality, we were about to be wiped out of the face of an earth. So I thought that was a very important moment. How we survived that, I think I dealt with it a little bit of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think you've touched on this a little bit, but can you describe your purpose in writing The Vanished story, and what do you hope that readers are taking away when they read your work?
I want the readers get to know about Korea. Korea is more than Samsung, Hyundai, BTS, K-pops. We have a lot longer, I'd say 5,000 years of history and culture, unique culture, which is not just a BTS, more than that. So I want people to get to know us, and we are not exactly very uncultured people. I'm very proud of our long history and culture. I just want people to know that we are not savages. We are not aboriginals. We are very cultured people. And then a lot of people just don't know it. And then Korea, all they know is very lately, they know through K-pops. I want to tell them that we have Korea. We have a history.
Can I ask what your favorite part of the book was? It sounds so full of culture and ideas from Korea. So what was your favorite part about writing it, or part of the book in general?
I just like to get into details of our culture. And I heard that some people say it's a little boring, but we have culture which is a little different from Western world, yet the human beings likes and dislikes and all those things are very much, there are some commonality. Even if we are different, there are commonalities. I just want people to realize Koreans, not that different people. I guess I'm desperate to be accepted in this Western world. I guess that's one of my little wish.
Yeah, no, I think it's important to share your culture so other people get to know about it. So, as far as your novel, is The Vanished a standalone book, or can we expect future installments and sequels to the story? Or do you have any other work that fans should check out?
I haven't written anything after that, but this interview kind of motivates me. Maybe I should go on. I do have stories to tell, but I kind of relaxed and just kind of enjoy the easy life. I like to go back to work. Yes, I want to write more. This particular Vanished is the story of a family I'm very close to, and they found out I'm writing about them, and they are so mad. So they're even gonna sue me, but I don't worry about that. There is nothing to be sued, and not only that, nobody in their family reads English, so they would never read it. But anyways, I stopped kind of abruptly, not because I was intimidated, but I kind of stopped there. So a lot of people, readers asking, are you going to have a sequel? So I was thinking, but anyway, if I write anything next to it, it's going to be historical background, but I'm going to have to put some interesting stories, not just I'm not a historian, I'm not a chronicler, so I'm just going to put some fictional story under historical background. So that's my plan for my next book.
Sounds like it's worth the wait. So,
Thank
moving
you.
away from the book and more to you as an author, how do you balance your writing career with your personal life, since it sounds like you have a lot going on?
Yes, it's a matter of discipline and perseverance. You just have to sit down and do it. Again, I retired and then finished this book because this book had in my mind for a long time. Now I got so spoiled enjoying my free time. I'm going to get back to the keyboard and clicking for my second book, and I'll try.
So, what is your advice for aspiring writers who hope to write their own book?
Don't put it off. Do it now. Sit down and start clicking keyboards. Nothing, you should be afraid of nothing. I was afraid of if nobody reads it, people are going to laugh at me. Don't ever think that way. Everybody's going to take it very seriously because everybody has very unique stories and it has to be told. Somebody's going to read it, somebody's going to like it. So have a courage and then just start clicking keyboards. Don't push it off.
So, those are all the questions that I had for you. But is there anything else that you want to say or add from what you've already said?
I do appreciate book club. They've done a lot for me. They reviewed my book and then I feel like I ran into some lucky spot, and then I really like the One Book Club members and all this organization. I really appreciate it. Again, you inspiring me to get back to working. I am going to write second book.
Thank you. Okay, well then I guess that's all for today. And thank you for taking the time to talk with me. And for the people watching the video, if you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you.